Hi, I'm Joey, and I've been trying to lock in for a long time, and I think many of you are able to relate to this. Um, that we want to lock in, we try to lock in, and we fail to lock in. And this leads us, of course, to ask the perennial question, why can't I lock in? And in this video, I'm going to be talking about that question, hopefully providing some level of catharsis, relatability, and inspiration for you in your own life and your own journey. So, I'm going to be talking about some of my flaws and some of the things I don't like about myself. And the goal of that is to provide you with some sort of relatable thing of like, oh, like he's kind of like me. I'm not the only one that struggles with that. Then I'm going to be talking about the self improvement thing, specifically from a Christian sort of ethical perspective, because I do think there's some interesting things to say about that in that sense. Then I'm going to be doing the inverse of the first thing. I'm going to be talking about some of the things I do like about myself that I have done well. And the goal of that is to inspire you and give you some ideas for how you can actually think more positively about yourself, because if you maybe don't think there's a lot of good stuff about yourself, maybe I can give you some ideas of what kinds of things that you may even like about yourself. And then I'm going to be talking about sort of giving my pep talk, my motivational speech about the whole issue. And then finally, I'm going to be talking about the future of this YouTube channel and what the purpose of it is. Okay. With that being said, let us get right into the nitty gritty here with our first topic, which is things I don't like about myself and sort of my flaws. So this ties right in with the whole topic of the video. I think my biggest flaw probably is that I'm very lazy. I struggle to stick with things. I do things for a week or 2 weeks, and then I kind of quit. Um, I don't have a lot of hustle, and I think that's something I've always disliked about myself. That I've always struggled with is I've always felt like I should be doing more stuff or working harder. And related to that is I think I have a lot of untapped potential, which I think is like an ethical problem or like a moral failing. I think if you have a lot of potential in something and you don't achieve it, that you've actually done something wrong because you've deprived the world of that good that you could have done if you had reached your full potential. For example, as a musician, I don't practice enough. I don't practice every day, like playing or anything like that. So I think I'm not as good of a musician as I should be, which is sort of just very sad, and something I think about a lot. Um, I struggle to hold down a real actual job. Like if I right now I work at my school at my college, and it's like a real fake kind of job, so I can do it easily. But any real job, like any real retailer or like a wage type job, um, I can't work very many hours like at those kinds of jobs, or else I'll just like quit because I just get like super depressed and like I just like it's not a virtue. I'm saying this is a problem with my personality, but yeah, it's not. It's just I don't know. I'm not very much of a hard worker, I guess. Which is unfortunate because everybody's got to work a job. So that's another thing I don't like about myself. And then uh, the next thing is that I'm not jacked. So I'm not jacked. I'm not yoked. I'm not swole. I don't go to the gym. I've tried. I can't even like. I've completely lost track of the number of times I've tried that I've like, gone for 2 weeks or three even, and then just stopped. And it's really weird. And this is something I'm going to talk about more later. But let's stay on topic here. So yeah, not jacked, not yoked, not swole, not ripped, not buff. Um, which makes me feel bad about myself. I kind of don't feel like a real man. I sort of feel like a loser because I am not swole. Because it's achievable. It's completely achievable. It's like it's essentially it's completely achievable. It's free. You could just do push-ups and get swole, but I don't because I'm not. I don't know. I struggle to see how that doesn't reflect negatively on my character because I totally have like every opportunity to be um big and strong, but I just haven't taken it. Um let's see here. Another problem that I dislike about myself, as you can see my room is sort of messy. These are books, as you can tell. This is like my collection of books that I've gone through, and I'm going through them, and I sort of stopped halfway through the process of organizing them and just left them here as kind of a permanent fixture in the landscape of my room. And I wish that I was one of those people that had a clean room, that was very tidy and sort of organized. I wish that I was like that, but I'm not. I'm trying, but it's not my natural proclivity. Also, I am addicted to my phone. Right now, I'm not because it's over there. Um, but I look at YouTube Shorts too much. I mean, that's honestly the only thing because I'm off everything. I don't go on anything except YouTube. So I'm not. I never went on, like, I never have been on TikTok, but I do just watch a lot of YouTube Shorts. I say that to people in real life. I go, "Oh, I watch a lot of YouTube Shorts," and it's kind of funny because I'm trying to be funny. Like, I just know that it's funny to say that, but it is actually also true that I watch a lot of YouTube Shorts, um, and regular YouTube as well. And the sick thing is, I watch these YouTube videos where it's like productivity slop, where it's like it tries to get you to feel like you're doing something productive, but you're not. That's the real sick thing about it. That was all under the bullet point of lazy. Now we're gonna go into the second bullet point of things I don't like about myself, which is, I think generally I can describe it as like, I think I'm just very immature. Like I think I'm just kind of weird in a way that I like, it is makes me sad. I think I'm kind of immature. I don't have a driver's license yet. I'm almost 22 and I don't drive. Um which makes me feel bad and kind of like an idiot. I have pretty like crazy mood swings where, and I think a lot of you can relate to this. It's not like I'm not bipolar, but like I kind of have like, I'll be kind of super energetic and get stuff done, and then I just am like depressed after that, and I only really am able to be productive when I'm in like a crazy surge of positive emotion, and then I can't be productive in any other time. Um, I also think I just kind of live in like an imaginary fantasy world. Like, I'm always just kind of thinking about like random stuff and like imagining that I was better than I am, so that and then like I'm just like living in this like fantasy world in my head instead of living in reality, which makes me feel mentally deranged when I think about that. Okay. So that's some things I don't like about myself. Hopefully that wasn't too depressing. The goal of that was not just to be depressing. The goal is to say, if you also are like this, that you're not alone in being that way. So now we're going to move swiftly onward to bullet point number 2, which is we're going to talk about the self improvement thing, and I'm just gonna give some thoughts about it. So, and then this is all within the context of like, why do I struggle to be that way? Um, the thing that it's, you have to start with like, okay, it doesn't say in here, it doesn't say like, blessed are those who grind and are swole. You know, it actually kind of doesn't say that at all. That doesn't mean that you shouldn't grind and be swole, but it just means that maybe that shouldn't be the focus of your life from a kind of a Christian perspective. The goal of life isn't or shouldn't be worldly greatness, it should be spiritual greatness. And so I think my thesis about this is that self improvement and sort of like Sigma grind set type stuff is only good to the extent that it makes you spiritually better, that it enables you to serve others more effectively and get closer to the Lord. Um, but that doing it so that you can get like money or sex or attention, these are of course idols. I mean, we know this. I don't have to like spell this out for you guys. You guys are smart. Yeah, and so one of the things that I've been thinking about is, we all watch this like stuff on social media about being super productive, kind of the David Goggins thing, running around and working out and making a lot of money and looks maxing. And I think then when you fail to achieve that, especially as a man, I don't know how it is for women, I can't speak for that, but just especially as a man, I think when you fail to achieve that, you feel like, well, what's wrong with me that I can't do that? Because, like, in theory, I should be able to. It's not like I have every opportunity to do these things, but I just, for some reason, don't do it. And so you kind of feel like there's something wrong with you. But I think that part of the problem might be that this isn't actually supposed to be the goal of life. Like, it is good to pursue the good, true, and beautiful, and being swole is good, true, and beautiful. So it's good to pursue that in some sense. Um, but it shouldn't be the end all be all. It shouldn't be the thing you are actually pursuing. What you should be pursuing is spiritual greatness. And that if you're burnt out because you're pursuing worldly greatness, it may be that there actually isn't anything wrong with you. It's that you're pursuing the wrong thing. And so I have here a note: giving up to go forward. Meaning, if you're procrastinating and putting things off or not able to do a certain thing that you're trying and trying and trying to do, instead of continuing to kind of hit your head against the wall and and spur yourself on in that way, maybe you should take a step back and say, well, do I even need to do this? Do I want to do this? Is this actually something that I'm not doing because I don't need or want to do it, and there's no reason to do it, and it's just sort of this fake goal that I've been sold by other people. Finally here, I've been thinking about this, that in the self improvement thing, a lot of times it focuses on what you want to improve about yourself and the way you want to change. But I've been thinking about that maybe it might be better to humble yourself by asking other people what they think you should change about yourself or what you can work on and improve. Because probably most people are not going to say you should get jacked or you should make more money. They'll probably say things like you should be kinder, or like you're obstinate and you need to be more humble. Like things that you would never think of, that you don't want to do, that you're like, I don't want to do that. But that's what you actually need to do. And so I was thinking about that. Maybe you should talk to other people about it and see what they think that you should do. Okay, so that's part 2. Now we're going to move on to part 3, which is stuff I do like about myself. So we talked about things I don't like about myself. Hopefully that was cathartic for you. Then we talked about the self-improvement thing. I don't know what to call it. The Sigma grind set sector of life. Now we're going to talk about things I do like about myself. Some of the things that I'm happy with, so that hopefully the idea is you can get some inspiration for being able to come up with kind of a list like this about yourself, because it's a good thing to do. And it's a little embarrassing to do, especially to read it out for you guys, but I'm not doing this for me. I'm doing this for you guys. This is not really for me. Okay. Skills. I am good at writing songs. I'm not a very good player because, like I said, I don't practice, but I have written hundreds of songs, and I'm pretty good at it. I have a lot of musical kind of intuition and soft skills from years of, writing songs and making beats. Maybe not so many of the hard technical skills, but a lot of the kind of soft skills I have. I am a pretty smart guy. You know, you can't say that without sounding like a terrible monster, but it is true. And that's one of the things I like about myself. I know a little bit about a lot. I know a lot of fun facts and cool trivia. And I'm a good conversationalist. I'm good at speaking to people. I like to listen almost as much as I like to talk. I am becoming well read. I haven't read a lot of this. I haven't read this. I'm reading this right now. I haven't read these. I did read that. I've read this. I didn't read that. Read this twice. Most of the stuff I haven't read. Um, almost done reading all the Gospels. I just got to finish Luke. So I'm becoming well read. But that's still a work in progress. I can sing okay. I'm not like a phenomenal singer, but I'm not bad either. I'm pretty good at math. I can program computers. I can write computer code pretty well. Um, I'm a pretty funny guy, pretty humorous, good natured. I'm very creative. I have a vivid plus productive imagination, it says here. And I'm kind of a romantic in the medieval sense of the word. Well, not actually in the medieval sense of the word. I'm kind of a romantic in the sense that I'm kind of an aesthete, which is a word that I learned from a YouTube comment on a Simpsons clip. Okay, that was all skills. Now I want to talk about morals. I think from a moral perspective, one of the things that's good about me is I'm very thoughtful and introspective and contemplative and kind of self aware, and I think I'm wise for my age. Um, I do try to be kind, patient, humble, generous, respectful, and honest. Not that I am those things all the time, but that's on my mind, right? I'm trying to do that. I am at least oriented, in other words, towards the good, true, and beautiful, even though I don't always get there. And when I do have shortcomings, I think that I'm somewhat aware of that, and I'm trying to actively work on changing the shortcomings. Okay, that's section 3. I didn't enjoy that at all. That's pretty embarrassing to do that. But now we're moving on to section 4, hopium, white pilling. Um, well, first of all, we talked about to what extent self improvement, Sigma grindset philosophy is compatible with Christianity, and I think it is because, but you have to pursue things for the right reasons. And what I wanted to mention is that no one has pure motivations. Um, I think it's good to go to the gym and get yoked. It's good to do that because you're glorifying God by doing that. Your body's a temple to the Holy Spirit, and so by making it beautiful, a work of art, you are doing a good thing. Even if your motivation, honestly, is like I want to attract the ladies. No one's got pure motivations because you're not a saint. So you can still do the right thing even if you have impure motivations. As long as you don't set it up as an idol. Yeah, or everyone wants to make money, and yeah, you want to make money to like buy nice things, but also making money is the right thing to do because you can give it to the poor, kind of type of thing, right? So it's like you don't you shouldn't be too scrupulous about your intentions as long as you're doing the right thing. You should still do the right thing even if you have some selfish motivations. Um, it's probably not bad. If you're watching this, you're probably a naturally more ambitious person. That's probably not a bad thing. I'm definitely very naturally ambitious. Um, I don't think that's a bad thing, but it probably just needs to be sublimated like every other impulse that you have. You are stronger than you think. You're not strong enough, which is why you have to pray to God to help you do things. But you are stronger than you think you are. It's not going to happen all at once. You're not going to like wake up one day and just be like the crazy locked in sort of Giga Chad Sigma Wolf that you want to be, but I am living proof that you can change and get better. If you guys could see me a few years ago, I wasn't always this cool. It took a long time and a lot of work to become this way, and of course, the help of the Lord God. I want to say basically you can do this, but you have to fight like hell because hell is fighting you. And I don't mean you need to fight with the methods of hell, but you have to match and exceed the ferocity with which hell is fighting you. And you have to pray, and if you do those things, then you can do this. You can overcome yourself and become the person that you're supposed to be. But I guess the overall moral of this video is you can become the person you're supposed to be, but you can't just look at what someone else is doing and say, well, I want to be that, because that's not you. You have to be the person you're supposed to be. Um, and if you try to chase what other people are doing, then you will definitely get burnt out and not succeed. Okay. That was, I don't know if that was maybe a terrible video that no one will watch, but I had to get it off my chest. We're going to throw this notebook. I don't even know if you guys could see that notebook anyway. It's off screen. Now we're going to kind of candidly speak about this channel, my goals for this YouTube channel, some of the ideas that may or may not come to pass in terms of future videos. I started posting these videos in January, and then I kind of fell off of it for a while. I want to get back to it. I'm not going to post every week like I was because that's just too much and I don't have that much to say. But basically, my idea for this channel, the goal of this channel is we're starting in medias res. I'm not beginning my journey. I'm well in the middle of my journey. But we're kind of picking up where I'm at, and I want to take you guys along with me in my journey of getting stronger, getting better, building my life out into something that I'm really happy with. And I'm going to take you guys along with me on that ride to hopefully inspire you to do the same thing and show you that it's possible to do. So that's what this is. It's basically the idea is in 10 years, if I look back and in 10 years I'm really successful and happy and like swole and married and like smart and I've read all these books and like wow, I'm just, giving all this money away to the poor. If I get there, I'll have this, you guys will be able to see this documented process of how I got there and the struggles I faced along the way. Like today, we've talked about some of my struggles with my image, my self image. So in 10 years, if, I feel great about myself, then you can see that I used to struggle with these things too. And so this will serve as a kind of um, a document for posterity in terms of hopefully basically inspiring people to do the same thing. So, and that's why the goal of this channel isn't to get us like a lot of views or maximize my views and everything. So that's why I'm not doing a lot of the retention editing and not super like min-maxing the thumbnails and stuff, because I want this to be more of a personal thing that if you're really interested in just keeping up with me, or if some of the stuff I talk about is fascinating to you, that you can kind of come here and spend a moment with some sort of contemplation and not just kind of, I don't want to just participate in the slop feed if I can help it. Okay. That's it. Bye bye.